Welcome, everybody, to Blaston VRML Season 1, Week Number 4. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. I am joined by my co-caster, Sir Dimwee from Echo Arena fame. Sir Dimwee, we're happy to have you on the Blaston desk this afternoon. Are you looking forward to this matchup? I mean, hey, you got an old friend here on the battlefield.
Yeah, no, I am prepared to taunt and call out and make fun of NOLLANFK, one of our lead moderators, somebody I've been working underneath for a while.
Yeah.
And now it's my time, Nolan.
It is indeed. It is your time, Dimwee. And well, we're going to see how Nolan goes up against VADNAMLOOT in this afternoon's matchup. They are just waiting on us to give the go-ahead, and then we're going to dive right into the action. Before we do that, let's take a quick brief gander at the loadouts this afternoon. On VADNAM, we have the double Viper and a powerful, big damage dealing loadout there. The Lance, an interesting choice as well. Seemingly a pretty successful loadout that we've seen utilized. And then over on Nolan's side, you have that Luma as alongside the Viper. Again, two big damaging elements there that are going to do well. And a lot of nades coming in from Nolan. I'm very curious to see how this nade play works. And we are going to give them the go-ahead to start ready when they are. For those that are tuning in, maybe aren't aware of how the, let me reset the scores there, of how the whole system works. This is a best of 5. each game is a best of 3, and we play 5 games. So we're about to dive in to round 1 of game 1 here. And out the gate, Nolan's looking to connect with that Viper. A little bit of the nade lance on the backside, the zone VADNAM up to the front, and that Viper not quite connecting, but it's a slow kind of poking and prodding loadout. Nolan just kind of feeling out how VAD's gonna be dodging. VAD doing a good job there to try and block that nade up on the top with the shield, and then they connect huge.
Oh my.
The double Viper ellipse. That is the power of that double
fast.
Viper ellipse, Dimwit. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about 30 damage for each bullet there, and I think they connected with all 3 in a row. I wish I had gotten the replay there. It was so quick I didn't even snag it, but that's round 1.
That was exceptionally fast, and I was sitting here wondering, like, well, how is Nolan going to roll out with those nades? Are they going to be damage dealers or just to oh my goodness? And VADNAMLOOT is just dominating this match right now. He got Nolan, what's that? Maybe 15% health remaining as he sends out another. This is oh, there it is. Kill shot.
A devastating sequence coming in there, and you know, to Nolan's credit, this is what he predicted. He said, look at my player's skill match history. This guy is a veteran. He knows what he's doing. And yeah, the double Viper ellipse, powerful. We see it there again in effect. Nolan's just going to have to be on the ball about dodging those Viper ellipses, or they're going to have to change up their strategy on their loadout. Bring in a shield, something that can do a good job of denying that Viper from connecting. And you do see they have the Cortex shield. It's just all about a matter of utilizing it on the necessary time. And ooh, here comes the nade, a double nade. Ooh, trying to get that Nova on the backside. It doesn't quite connect. I think the first time I've seen that Nova nade come in there. Or excuse me,
a couple good hits there up with it's usually the Luma. So actually got some health taken down from VADNAMLOOT there. Although there's the another kill shot. As I'm saying it, that's how quick VADNAMLOOT is able to take down Nolan. Where I'm like, look at that hit, Nolan got. No, he's down.
It's in a matter. It's because of those Vipers connects, and then you also you do have these nades that are floating around. Oh, and a big error there. Oh, huge damage connecting Nolan. Finally with a good rollout here to start things off. The nade they go to reach for, and every bullet ends up detonating and connecting with them on their hand. So massive damage there. Another nade then connects. Here comes the Luma dodge just over the shoulder from VADNAM, and this is looking a lot better, Dimly. Nolan here actually has some good pressure going on to the likes of VAD right now.
Yeah, right now he really just has to survive until he can get those respawns. There it is. Kill shot with the that was a Viper of his own. Not running the double, but does get it with the Viper. That was absolutely beautiful there from Nolan, getting a round in this match. I'm curious he'll be able to get those too.
Yeah, that again, the perfect start. You know, they brought this triple nade onslaught for a reason, and to have it all connect like that, you can't ask for a better opening, truly. And with one game down into the books already for VAD, it's good to see Nolan at least getting around on the board here. Here comes another assault. You can see they're trying to time it up with that nade, and both of them connecting. VAD countering the Viper with the Viper aggression, and that ellipse from underneath connecting. Nolan not even seeing that shot as they're looking for their own utility, trying to get their weapons sorted. And yeah, this is the start VAD needs. This is how VAD has been rolling out here. Those Viper ellipses in particular are being super effective.
I gotta see that on your stream.
Yeah,
how did he hit that?
It's the curve. It's that ellipse on the Viper, and Nolan has really been getting slammed by that Viper ellipse in this matchup here. And you know, there are loadouts changes allowed. You know, you could swap, you could take a break, get into another lobby, bring in something else, but Nolan again did have that round 1 win. I think they're just trying to replicate that success here, and well, they managed to get some good damage down. They can't hit the back of that, but there's the Viper connecting. There's the big chunk of damage they need. That Luma, if anything, seeming to be one of the more ineffective tools. I really don't think I've seen a Luma connect from them yet.
And what's interesting is VADNAM has been kind of dominating. Ooh, there's a couple good hits from both of them, trading volleys right now as they're getting those respawns in. But VADNAM has been doing kind of a superior job of forcing Nolan into awkward positions where he has to take damage to get away from bigger hits. And though we're really close here, coming down to the wires, VADNAM, oh my goodness, one more hit. Either of them could go out. There's a shot, going to go wide. But this is coming down to the wire here, NightFiree.
Yeah, minute 10 left. Nolan gets chipped away by the laser. They manage to connect once with the Luma. They go to set up a nade play. And VAD taps the hand of Nolan. A great round in this third match. Nolan's back against the wall, and they're certainly, I mean, I'm impressed to see it. I guess not surprised, right? Nolan, a VR esports veteran, they have that competitive fire in them, but they are putting on a good show here up against VAD, really trying to get at least one of these games in the book.
Well, I mean, with how the game started, it's commendable the way Nolan has been able to keep up with VADNAM for the most part. I mean, this is kind of how it's been going. You get a lot of really good volley trading. Oh no! But then VADNAM is just he's able to get into those creases, hit those corner shots, and really get Nolan ticked down. You see Nolan now with certainly less than 10% health. There it is, the kill shot, and another round. Excuse me, another game, another match in the books.
Yeah, that is the series locked in for VADNAM. And so now we're going to be reaching out to our next matchup, 24 versus, who is it? I know, Very Hungry Cat. And, well, we're going to see a bit of different tier of play level here. You know, right now I think we watched like a good mid-tier battle. Good Viper ellipse use, the Viper rebound obviously playing a big threat there up against Nolan. But I think our next matchup, 24 and Very Hungry Cat, I'm very interested in this. 24, obviously a well-known figure in the Blaston community. Very Hungry Cat, really been playing well this season as well. A lot of wins under the books, and I think this is going to definitely be a good challenge for them this season to really see where they stand in the overall ladder. Ranked 1 versus ranked 10 worldwide right now, coming up here. And so if you can just give us a moment to set that up, when we come back, it's going to be one more game, and I think a good one. So stick around. You're not going to want to miss it.
You see in my heart. Sober up and the feeling has changed and I gotta go home. You follow me through my heart.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for patiently waiting for us to get into some more Blaston VRML action. 24 versus Very Hungry Cat. And, you know, Dimmy, I don't think you really... I know you've tuned into a couple of streams, but I think this is going to be kind of a very intense matchup that we're going to be jumping into here this afternoon.
What I'm looking forward to as I watch their little warm-up match here. Sorry, the way I say that. So dismissive. But as I watch their warm-up match, what I'm interested, because this is all immediately looking very different than the one we saw with Nolan there. And the thing I'm looking forward to, because it's the thing that translates quickest and easiest to my eyes, is the athleticism here. It's the way these guys are moving. I can see them literally hitting the ground as they're dodging each other right now. It's really impressive to see, and that's one of those things, you know, as we mentioned, I come from, you know, the Echo Arena space,
right? And
in Echo, with the way how far the camera tends to be out, a lot of times you miss that physicality, and I love that from this vantage point, how well that translates in this game, and you can see how physical these folks are being in these matchups, and how low they're getting to the ground, how high they're hopping, how far they're jumping to the left or the right. It's really cool. It's really cool to be able to witness. That's what I'm excited to see in this matchup.
Yeah. Gonna give the go-ahead to both teams. We're gonna look at the loadouts here right now, and interesting to see the Hurricane come into play from Very Hungry Cat. I don't know if I've seen that attachment used in league play yet, so curious to see how this goes up against 24, who again is ranked first worldwide right now. They are dominating the ladder. They have won tournaments many times, and yeah, we're getting told now it's just warm-up match as we knew.
Yep.
But now we are going to be getting into it, and yeah, this is, I mean, like you said, Dimmy, we're going to see what I love to see too, especially from 24. You'll see, especially if the zoning's good. 24 is not afraid to crawl on the floor with their hands. You'll see them actually crawling on the ground to move fast. It's a really great way of maneuvering, and look at the difference here in Hungry Cat's maneuverment, dodging on these ellipses. That's how you avoid those ellipses. You really have to be physical and anticipate those ellipses coming in, and a nice Wildcat barrage and a little bit of back and forth traded, but Very Hungry Cat in the lead now to kick things off.
Yeah, not a whole. Well, there's a nice volley there. 24 taking a hit. Very Hungry Cat also taking a good hit. But the 24 almost getting down to 50% health there. But you see how little damage relative to that last game is going out right now. So 24 takes another good hit there from Very Hungry Cat as he tosses his Viper away. But another send out there. But you see that physicality. Look, I mean, you see the lean back. Very Hungry Cat not able to get away from that one. They were about tied up as almost they're both in about that 30-40% range.
Yeah, Very Hungry Cat leading by a sliver here going into the final minute, and some big ellipse shots coming in from the likes of 24, but they are not connecting, and they certainly need something here. Not necessarily an ellipse shot, but they do need to chip away. The double Viper going to be a key tool for 24, though, and unless this Wildcat connects, and look at the dodging there, great dodging, and a bit of a counter shot coming in to connect for 24, just enough to keep them in this. There's again that hammer coming in. Oh, a huge nade from the side, an absolutely colossal nade on the edge there, puts 24 up in round one.
That was huge. And I also wonder at what point in the game, at what point here, when these guys are being this physical, they're moving this much, at what point do they start getting gassed? I mean, when do you have to really start worrying about the legs getting too tired to move? As a Hungry Cat taking a good hit there. 24, another big send out. Look at that zoning and another big hit. As 24 takes a bit of a lead here.
The finite details in that entire sequence too. If you weren't paying close attention, there was 24 that blocked 2 bullets with the nade. they know that they can hit, that the nade has a certain amount of HP that they can block bullets with before they then have to throw it. And, you know, just great little plays like that end up sometimes saving lives, other times taking big chunks of damage. As 24 and Hungry Cat, again, seem to be even Steven here as Hungry Cat puts on the Matrix moves and dodges around on the leaning back to avoid the Viper Ellipse shots coming in. Here comes the full assault from Hungry Cat. 24 seems to dodge it.
You know, it was really interesting that last volley that they exchanged. It looked like both of them for a moment got really, really confident and then got really, really reserved again. You know, in a span of like 2 seconds, you saw they both landed some great hits and they both go, all right, here we go. But then they both take a couple good hits and they got to pull it back again a little bit. And now they have this neck and neck tie here with 42 seconds on the clock. And both, again, is waiting to be able to zone each other out and get those big hits in. You see both waiting, obviously waiting for, oh, wow. That's a big hit there. 24, only one more hit away.
Big Viper connecting there, and all it takes is a Raptor Ellipse to chip away the final bit of health onto 24. And we are tied. Number one worldwide, tied with number 10 worldwide right now. Hungry Cat putting up a great battle, and I think one that maybe not a lot of folks really anticipated that we would be seeing here when we tune into this matchup.
Well, also, Oolong noting in the chat, Dr. Oolong, noting that Very Hungry Cat playing one-handed in this game. So I think with that in mind, Very Hungry Cat is performing exceptionally well, and I presume also relying more heavily on that in-room movement. Oh, big hit there.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. You can see the hand there floating.
Yeah.
Whether it's because they can't use that left hand in real life or because their controller's out of battery, who knows? But it is certainly not the position that I think, if anything, they seem practice for it. You know, they seem to be able to do well with one-hand movement. It seems like he is able to react and get. You lose out on a lot of potential strats, but they're still juggling their utility here and doing a great job of chipping away at 24. As I say that, 24 connects big onto Hungry Cat and takes the lead here, trying to get game one into the books. Not quite solidified yet.
Dr. Oolong confirming that controller is broken. So this is just, dealing with your situation, playing with the adversity. Oh, what a hit there. Hits the back of the head as it were. 35 seconds on the clock. They're tied up. Oh, well, not quite tied up. 24, a little bit behind Very Hungry Cat, as we got less than 30 seconds. A small hit there to Hungry Cat, but still having to dodge those individual pellets coming out. 24 as he does take a hit, but still cannot get nothing spawning in good enough to get to. Oh, there! Look at that! No. Hungry Cat only one hit away.
The hand is still able to be hit, and I don't know if that's intentional or not. But if 24 just shoots the floating hand, they can win the match. And we saw Viper Ellipse connect with the floating hand there to chip away Hungry Cat's HP. They need to get that controller fixed, get it out of the play space or something. That's going to impact, I mean, even if there's volleys going on, it's still going to hit them. A game in the books for 24, and it's still, I can't believe it's this close with that kind of handicap present.
Yeah, no, that is quite impressive. I can't imagine. I mean, even, Echo is the same way. To imagine playing Echo one-handed, some people have done it, but you're at such a disadvantage, I know personally. So I can imagine in this space as well, just as difficult to play with. But we see Very Hungry Cat doing a fantastic job with it. Although some good zoning there from 24 to get Hungry Cat to the right. Look at that. Yeah. Big hit. Hungry Cat over 50% of his health. Like God, after that volley.
A nice setup there, zoning them down and hitting them with a big bit of that hammer nade. I think what happened there is Hungry Cat tried to deny the hammer nade like we saw there with the shield, but they didn't get it, so you had that extra zoning capability that would otherwise have been denied by Hungry Cat in their plan, so to speak. And here comes another full setup. The Wildcat doesn't hit. The pushing to the back of the zone, if anything, gives space for Hungry Cat to dodge that Wildcat, but now they're trapped, and that final Viper Ellipse does find purchase. Here comes the Viper shots now, and that one hits the hand as Hungry Cat goes for the attack. 24 takes round one in game number two. As a reminder, we have a best of 5 here, so we could very well be in store for several more rounds, but if 24 keeps going this way, it could be a quick 3 games.
Yeah, that was some fairly simple zoning that came from 24 to get that victory there. Pushed Hungry Cat almost like. What I'm noticing is Very Hungry Cat does have a tendency to over the course of a few volleys, shift backwards. You see it again right there. Kind of a step backwards, step backwards, step backwards, and suddenly he's running out of room there. And it almost seems like 24 has picked up on that and is starting to capitalize on it. You see a lot of those spreads are going low to push to continue to push Very Hungry Cat back. You see it's continuing to work. Very Hungry Cat again, all the way in the back there, and again has only a few options for those dodges, so they're doing a really good job of it.
Yeah, you cannot afford to get outside of your zone. You take way too much damage. It chips away at your health far too much. And so once you're onto the back, you really are back against the wall. And onto the floor here now goes Very Hungry Cat to avoid another big setup. Here comes the attack from Hungry Cat, doing their best to set up a wall when they can, but with one hand, it certainly is a bit of a challenge. The one thing I haven't seen be terribly effective for Hungry Cat is this Hurricane. I don't know how much zoning it really has been doing onto 24, and that's the real purpose, I think, of the Hurricane, is to try and zone and move 24 into a space where that you can connect with your damage, and it just doesn't seem to really be doing too much of that. And as I say that now, though,
almost seems like well, just to compound on that point, because he's sending another volley out with it. By the time the bullets even get there, he's out of weapons. It's almost like he's not hasn't been taking advantage of it in the way that you might imagine he should. Although it's easy for me to say that as a spectator, talking about one of the best players in the game, as 24 will take that match.
Yeah, no, this is no easy task for Hungry Cat. Again, and before the start of this match, the setup, I think, a lot of people were thinking is Hungry Cat definitely going to be challenged here. This is going to be maybe not their first challenge, but certainly one of the first challenges that they've had so far this season, because they have been winning. To get to this point, to be up against 24, you really do have to win a lot of games. And so, they have been playing well. You can see that they are up there in rank of 21-10 on their ranking, and it's still, 24 has just put in a lot of time. They are the expert of the double Viper. It is their sort of style, and we're seeing it on display here again. Those Viper shots have been connecting. There's another one that connects right into the chest, and whether they're creative with their shots or not, 24 really has a good understanding of how to utilize that weapon. You can see they're trying to counterattack the physicality of it, diving to the floor and landing with a counter Viper.
And it was that initial setup from 24. He sent the one behind Very Hungry Cat, and got Hungry Cat stuck in that back right corner where he is again right now, and that's what let him hit with the Viper, take out almost half, if not half, of Very Hungry Cat's health there, which gives him another round in the books here. One more round to 24. It will get him the 3-match victory over Very Hungry Cat. So a vital round here for Very Hungry Cat.
Yeah, truly back against the wall. They managed to take one round against 24, whether that was by surprise or not. They have to try and replicate the success there that they had in that first round. And, obviously down a hand going to be a tough task. You never want to be down a hand when you're going up against the number one player in the ladder worldwide.
Yeah.
That is pretty much the worst case scenario if you could really have one. And so outside of not being able to come to the game, and I think it's certainly been making things extra difficult for Hungry Cat. They can't quite get the zone setups that maybe they were looking to off of that Hurricane. They can't really utilize the Aegis Seal to counter while they shoot with the other hand. It's a tough spot that they find themselves in, and if anything, hats off to them for doing so well against 24 for so long. Really giving us a good showing here this afternoon, connecting with a couple of Vipers themselves, and there's the Ellipse. That does land home. 24 takes the final round, and a couple of quick games, Dimwee, but sometimes that's how it works out over in the Blaston League. Sometimes you're here for 10 minutes, sometimes you're here for 45. It can really, it really does vary, but happy to have you on the desk, and what are your thoughts after seeing what you arguably you could say is the best player play Blaston?
I can't wait to see Hungry Cat play with two hands.
Yeah, no.
Honestly, that was such a great matchup, given the handicap and the situation. Losing that control. I know the pain of that, and what effect that can have. I really can't wait to see the rematch. Both players at full strength, because I want to go back to the physicality of it. You saw, even with only one-handed, you saw a Hungry Cat. How many times he literally hitting the ground?
Yeah.
Backing up and then having to actually, crawl on hand and knees, if not full-on army crawl to get under some of those pellets and get back into the play without taking too much damage. It's really phenomenal to be able to witness the translation of that physicality into the game so clearly that we can tell exactly what they're doing when they're doing it. And so that my takeaway is I can't wait to see a full strength matchup between those two.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. And well, whoever's got Very Hungry Cat next week, you better hope that they don't get a new controller by then. Otherwise, they're going to be on out for blood. Indeed. I would think. I think they also have another matchup later today, and I think it's against Dr. Oolong. And that's definitely not a place you want to be in. No, that's 24. Excuse me, 24 is going up against Dr. Oolong. I might jump onto that match later tonight, so keep the eyes peeled for that. But they're going up against Woody Plays later. Very Hungry Cat is, so hopefully they get their controller fixed for that matchup, because you definitely don't want to take 2 L's in week 4. You want to keep that streak going. You don't want to have that kind of dip in MMR. It's always it's a long season, so there's plenty of room, I guess, to win and lose. But still, fun matches to tune into here, and appreciate everybody that was tuning in, whether it was Dr. Oolong, Ivan Thrive, Blaston viewer. We do appreciate you all hanging out here. I see Hair Tag in there as well. Pat785. If you're new here, hit that follow button. We're going to be doing more casts here throughout the course of this season. We're going to get more faces that you may be familiar with or not onto this casting desk and casting games, and so you're not going to want to miss that action. But that's going to be it for us here this afternoon. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's, my co-caster Sir Dimwee. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you all for more games later this week on Saturday and Sunday, but also potentially later tonight. So stay tuned.